Welcome back, you giggling gal pals. We have the owner of Teas and Tropes, a fantasy book podcast and event company, Bri Vesely. Not only do you have your podcast, you have curated some highly anticipated events. Earlier this year, it was the Enemies and Lovers event. And next year, you have the Forbidden Love event. Welcome.
Hi.
Just a reminder, while we may be your giggling gal pals, we don't recommend listening to this podcast around little ears or ears that may be offended because we say bad words and shitty things. So we really wanted to interview you because it's super inspirational to watch what you've been building. And so, yeah, we want to get to know you. You've gone from a podcast to events. And so that's huge. It's really inspiring. So, Bri, where are you from?
Arizona, which is why we had our first event in Arizona, because I'm like, hey, we'll just keep it close to home.
Makes it easier. Yeah.
What are you currently reading? Because we're all book themed. So what are you reading?
So I'm going through the One Dark Window duology by Rachel Gillick because, she's one of our authors in Tennessee. So I'm just kind of going through that because I, believe it or not, I hadn't read it.
I
So
still haven't.
it's great. So I just started book 2. The first one was fantastic. What was hilarious was I was reading like dark romance before, and I was just bored, and I was like, I don't know if I'm just not in the reading mood or if this book is bad. Turns out the book was just bad because I dropped it and I picked up One Dark Window, and I blazed through that in like 3 days. So I figured something out about myself.
I love those books. They're so different. It's just,
Mhm.
once again, it's a refreshing type of book. So I'm really excited that
Yeah.
you're reading them.
Yeah, it's really unique, and like the tarot system or the card system, I guess. It's not exactly tarot, but it's similar. But yeah, it's definitely something different. It's not like a rinse and repeat that we see a lot in romantasy, and I
Mhm.
hate saying that, but I feel like we're kind of getting into a little bit of a rut lately.
We can talk about books for a long
Let's do
time
it.
then.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm starting to read very different books. Have you read Night and the Moth yet?
I have not. That's next.
Other, it's another good one. It is another different book.
How was the Comic-Con?
It was fun. It's really busy, so you
Yeah.
really have to figure out how to get what you want.
Yeah.
Especially with like the free arc drops and everything.
Mhm.
It's a battle. It is.
Yeah.
Going to Comic-Con and stuff like that, does that help you with your events and like things that you would like and things that you would not like?
It's actually how I kind of got into events in the first place. So prior to all of this, I was originally a wedding planner. And I
too!
really
Yeah.
I loved it except for the working with the bride part. Um and I'm sorry to say, but ladies get kind of crazy around their wedding. I just did my friend's wedding for her, and it was fun, but it was definitely, I'm like having flashbacks to my wedding planning days.
Mhm.
But when I dropped out of that, I did um like personal crafts that I sold on Etsy, and then I started selling at Comic Cons, and then I got really deep into Comic Cons. I was traveling to like 1 to 2 Comic Cons every month for probably about 3 years. And then one day I was just looking around, and I'm like, I don't recognize any of these um like cosplays or anything that's running around, and I'm like, I'm kind of out of the loop for Comic Con these days because we all grow up and we just find our own niche and we just kind of stick to it. And for me, that was books. And so I literally told myself, I'm like, I want a Comic Con, but for books. And there we go. That's how the idea all started.
That to go from just like Comic-Con to that, how did you go from a podcast to the events?
So when you were talking, like doing the intro, you were like, it's a podcast. I'm like, not really anymore. I haven't done an episode in forever. And I found that I was getting like really bogged down because I started doing it as like book club, and
Mhm.
it made reading feel like homework. I couldn't read at my own pace and I couldn't enjoy it. And so I kind of switched the vibes a little bit. And instead of doing book club, I started doing like book news. But then once I got into the events, it was just like, it was so much. It's a lot because I'm a team of one. I obviously have my support system, but everything you guys see is me. I'm do everything. So, I kind of dropped the podcast. I feel really bad about that. So sorry. I don't
Well,
know.
well, and we can cut the podcast
No,
portion
no,
of it
no.
if
You're
you want.
totally fine to keep
Yeah,
it.
like
It's responsibility I need to take for, myself, but
no,
um,
but I think it's totally okay for dreams to change and then we're
mhm,
just not aligned with stuff anymore. So I think that's more inspirational that and like I like people's paths for things. Like
mhm,
you were a wedding planner, which makes sense that all those skills are now
right.
eventually working in the favor for what you're doing for events and you fell in love with books.
Mhm.
Comic-Con, like I always like
Kind
people's
of
journey of things.
mesh it all together.
Yeah, like there's nothing wrong with pivoting. And I
Yeah,
don't like it when people are like, "Oh god, she's done so many things," because I've done that.
same.
But it's just like, well, I'm not gonna do something that I'm not aligned with anymore. So I'm glad that you found what you love. And I think
Mhm.
that's great.
Well, I started the podcast just because I feel like I didn't have like a ton of like friends who had the same interests as me. I tried to do book club with my sister and we just didn't want to read the same books.
Hmm.
And oh, sorry, my dog is laying next to me and she just jiggled.
Mine's
Um,
right here too.
Yeah.
so I tried doing a book club with my sister. We didn't want to read the same books. And I was like, well, I really want to talk to people about the fantasy books that I'm reading. And my sister just wasn't interested. So that's why I started the podcast. I'm like I just need to find my own community. And then when I started thinking about Comic Con, I'm like, I get a ton of community out of Comic Con, especially when I used to cosplay. A huge community in Comic Con. And I'm like, I want that for books. And so that's kind of where we pivoted to. So I found my community in the podcast, but brought it to life in the event.
Who's your favorite person to cosplay?
Okay, I really loved Tank Girl just because you could kind of be really crazy with it. And at the time I had really, really short hair. It was a pixie cut. It was a pixie cut gone wrong. And so I was like, fuck it, let's just dive all in. So I did Tank Girl for a while. Um, I also really loved doing, have you seen Onward, the Disney movie, the Pixar
Oh
one?
yeah.
Sure
Yeah.
have.
I
Sure
did a
have.
female Barley.
I
And then
love
Oh,
my
Barley.
sister did a female Ian, and then her boyfriend at the time was the father. And so we put him in like the sunglasses and the backwards hoodie. It was
that's
amazing. It was so good.
That's amazing. Like I have a random, when he goes barley, barley,
Yeah.
barley. I have like the millennial in me. Like I have random things will just pop in my head. I sound crazy when I say that out loud,
The
but like
sound
that's
stems.
one of
Yeah.
those quotes that all of a sudden I'm like barley, barley, barley.
Absolutely.
So it really is just you doing all of this. Like, how do you partner with anybody to make all of your events happen? Like, I'm stuck on
Mhm.
that it's truly just you. It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I absolutely have people in my corner. So I have a artist and author friend who does a lot of our artwork. For Forbidden Love specifically, it was Stephanie Christensen who did the artwork for that. And she had reached out to me during Enemies and Lovers. And funny story, the logo for Forbidden Love was actually originally meant for Enemies and Lovers. But I couldn't find a way to incorporate it in the way that made sense to me. And so I asked her, I'm like, hey, can I just make this the theme of the next one? And because she did a Hades and Persephone design, I was like, okay, well, what trope? Because all of my events are based off tropes. So I was thinking, what trope can Hades and Persephone fit under? And that's how we got Forbidden Love. And that's how we found Nashville because I was like, okay, where can I find like a Greek looking venue? The Parthenon. And so it was just a whole process. But to go back to your question, so I have artists that I work with. And then obviously I hire um, like performers or actors or whoever for the entertainment. I know at Enemies and Lovers we had like Jacques the Whipper. I can't do that myself, but um, when it comes to like ideas or just logistics of getting everything done, it's me, and I rope in my family a lot. My poor husband has to endure a lot of my bullshit. So
We get that.
yeah.
So speaking of, uh, I didn't see your event until I think right before like application stuff closed. And the reason I saw it is because you're having Lindsay Richardson be there from
Mhm.
Godspain, the author, and we love Lindsay. So then I'm just like looking at the event. The venues of this event are gorgeous. Like
Mhm.
one of the best that I've seen in any book con. So I was like, oh my gosh, this one looks like a lot of fun. So what is that? So that's essentially what made you choose Nashville is what the events and or the venues are.
Specifically for the
Yes.
Parthenon, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Um, what one thing that I did because I come from the wedding planning industry, for the ball, I look for unique wedding venues.
Mhm.
So even for future events, I'm looking for like a really beautiful library or just places that can be a lot more themed and immersive for the ball specifically, because obviously the market can be, in a warehouse, like in Nashville, we're at the fairgrounds, like in the expo hall. Um,
Mhm.
but the ball specifically is really, really where I want to bring in the immersion. And so I started looking for unique wedding venues, and that's how I found the Parthenon. And I was like, why don't more people do this? It's
Speaking of the ball, there's
mhm.
been some controversy. Wow, that's a really hard word.
Controversy. You mentioned controversy.
There's been some
Controversial.
controversies at book events.
Mhm.
What would you say to those that are worried about something similar happening? Like, how could you ease their worries that that won't happen to them here?
See, and that's really hard, because no matter what I say, I could spew out anything, and unless you just kinda trust me or know me, you're gonna be like, "Yeah, whatever." Um, but I did kinda have to go through this a little bit because Enemies and Lovers was the week after A Million Lives, and so that week between, I was just bombarded with comments and emails and, like, Instagram messages about, like, "Is it gonna be a shit show? Is it gonna be the same thing? Like, how can you promise it's gonna be different?" And I was like, "I don't know how to promise anything." I'm like, "I could show you receipts of what I've spent money on, but ultimately you just kinda gotta trust me here." Um, but I think it's important to look into the background of event planners, and it's real easy to say, "Hey, I'm really passionate about books. We can do this." And it's another thing to know every single logistic thing that goes on in the background. And I'm not trying to put down any other companies because I've been to a lot of fantastic book events, but there's also been a lot of failures. And the ones that succeed are the people that have background in either event planning or, in my case, wedding planning, stuff like that. And so I think it's important to see that, as far as the background goes, just to kind of ease your mind. But if you guys have any other ideas, let me know.
No, I think I kind of wanted you to just like I
Oh
was
yeah.
hoping you would say that just because we get it. Like as event planners, shit does go wrong.
Mhm.
And it is a skill to be able to like fix it right away and stay calm. And that if say anything went wrong, I have no doubt in my mind that you'd be like handling it right away.
Mhm.
Something little or big. Like it's just there's something about being an event planner where you just learn to like stay calm, handle it, which a lot of book events, they just don't have that experience, so they're not gonna
Right.
be great at it. When that was your job, then you're like, "I got this. It's fine."
Right.
So
I've made the joke like, "Oh, everyone just thinks they can do it," and I don't think that's true. Um, I think it's great to be passionate about it, and it's great to have those aspirations, but you can't just pick up a phone and be like, "Hey, I'm hosting an event, want a booth?" and sell a booth. Um, I'm not gonna name any names, but I know there's another company, like, in Arizona trying to do, like, a book
mm,
convention and ball similar to what I did here, and they're already taking booth spaces, but they don't have a venue. And I'm like, "I'm not gonna say anything." I'm in this really, like, hard position where I want authors that trust me to not get screwed over, but also in, like, that rock and a hard place where I can't say anything professionally,
right,
um, because it'll look bad on me. So I'm like, just
right.
do your research, make sure they have receipts if they need them, and, go from there.
I definitely trust you more knowing that you were a wedding planner because, yeah, that you guys have your shit together.
Well, thank you.
Mostly. Most wedding
Yeah,
planners, not all.
mostly.
No. Most. That's another thing. There's so many people that anybody think they can do it, like,
Hmm.
especially as I think millennials.
Yeah.
We were the Pinterest generation that started, and so, we went through the mason jars and everything, and was
Uh-huh.
like, "I can decorate, I can do this," and it's like, no, wedding planning is more than that.
It's easier just to hire
And
somebody most of the time, honestly.
yep,
I
it
always
truly
hire
is.
somebody. I'm not.
Uh-huh.
Nope. That's what Blakely's for, not me.
Yeah. I think we grew up so broke. And
Yes. Yeah.
so we had to do a lot of stuff ourselves.
Mhm. That is true. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, how do you choose authors for this event? Your events.
So, obviously, we start with the application. When the application comes in, I look at TikTok, Instagram, their website, and I see how much they're engaging in the community, like the excitement that I see in like their comments or in their tagged posts, stuff like that. And contrary to what might be popular belief, it's not about it follows. It's not about the numbers. I have, authors with 100,000 followers and I have authors with 300 followers. And there's no like magic number for me specifically. It's really just what I think you can bring to the event, what I think you bring to the community, and how I think you'll interact with the attendees.
Is that kind of how you chose your authors for your podcast too? Like, I love indie authors. They're just so involved, and it's so
Hmm.
wonderful because we get to know them and then watch them grow.
Right. And absolutely when I first started, obviously I was like reaching out to anybody that I could and I was like, "Hey, I want to be on the podcast." And I just really became friends with a lot of people that way. And then they introduced me to their people and it just kept growing from there. But some of the authors that I interviewed like right at the beginning, I'm still really good friends with. And it's really incredible for me personally, because I don't have a lot of local friends here, but I don't leave my house very much.
Me too.
I hate leaving
None
my
of us
house.
do. We're like
Yeah,
sweatpants, stay home.
Yeah.
exactly. Look, I like professional on top. I'm wearing like just shorts right now. But
We're not gonna lie, we're wearing sweatpants.
yeah. I got my Crocs on, but I'm not shy about my Crocs. I literally wear my Crocs everywhere. If you see me in public, I'm in Crocs.
Love that. No, I think we deep dive. Like, that's what we mainly do on our podcast when we pick a series and we really go into it. But we've been trying to highlight, of course, we have some New York Times bestsellers that
Uh-huh.
we are able to get on there, which is always amazing. But one of my favorite things has been getting to know indie authors. Like, it
Yeah.
really, and helping be a part of like watching their dream and supporting them. Like, anybody that we've had on, I feel like become our friends. And that is like
Right.
such a cool thing to like. I think that's one of my favorite things about the podcast for sure.
Hmm.
In this community is that everyone's pretty
Yeah.
supportive.
I absolutely agree. Wholeheartedly, 100%.
Who would your dream authors be for the event?
Ooh, that's a question. I personally would really love to meet Raven Kennedy. The Plated Prisoner is one of my favorite series. Um,
I've
honestly,
cosplayed as her, and I did not do a good
did you?
job bootleg.
I think the gold would really like irritate me a lot. Just like trying to put it everywhere. But I'm not in the cosplay world anymore, so I'm gonna leave that to you guys. I've seen some really beautiful ones though.
I don't
Um,
cosplay.
but yeah, so Raven is definitely like one of my favorite authors. I'm talking to some publishers about like Victoria Aveyard. I think she would be fantastic to have as well. Um, I don't know. That's a question. I feel like I read a lot of Indian, so they're not like, I don't want to say hard to get, because that makes it sound bad. But they're a lot more willing to be involved in the community than like New York Times are. I will
Right.
say getting Pierce Brown for Enemies and Lovers absolutely blew my mind. I never thought in a million years that he would say yes. And when I got the email, I was like, wait, what?
How was it receiving the email for Stephanie Garber? Were you so excited? Have you read her books actually?
So I read Carvel, but I haven't finished the series. I'm such a mood reader. It's insane. But yeah. I'm really looking forward to her new one as well. So that's on the list. So probably I'm gonna go through I'm gonna finish my Gillick train and then probably hop on to Garber. But I actually got Stephanie through the same person that I got Pierce Brown through. And it's like a management company. And so I feel like I've really created a relationship with the representative that I work with over there. And so literally after Enemies and Lovers last year, she emailed me and she was like, "Hey, heard it went great. Who do you want for next year?" And so
That's
I just gave her
cool.
my wish list and she's like, "All right, let's see who's available."
What? That's so
Yeah.
cool. Like, what an opportunity for you. Sorry, I'm like so excited for you. Like, here's a list,
Yeah.
and then they just see who's available. That's awesome.
It was really surprising just for me to get into that professional workspace in that way where could just be like, "Oh, here's who I want. Let's see," and that really blew my mind.
I do want to ask you some book questions.
Okay.
Who are your top 3, or actually your top 3 favorite fantasy series?
So Play to Prisoner is definitely up there.
Slade.
Um,
Slade Ravenger. Oh,
I know. That scene where they're waiting for the sun. Oh, um, who else? I know it's really hard, like picking favorites. Okay, give me a second. I'm like, do you ever get asked like trivia questions, and as soon as you get asked, your mind just goes completely blank?
You're
That's
like, I've
exactly
never
what
read a
happened to
book.
me.
How can I answer this question?
What's a book? Uh, oh, the Shot in the Dark. I haven't read the second one yet, but Mary Dublin and Anne Kensley. That one absolutely blew
okay.
me away. They advertised it as a Ferngully supernatural, and neither of those are really like on the top of my list, but I was like, they were on my podcast. We had a fantastic time, so I read it. It really surprised me with how amazing this book was. So I'm just gonna throw that out there. Um,
I love these interviews and learning about what people are reading because I put them on my TBR. We spoke
yeah,
to another
Mhm.
author and she told me something that she was reading. And so now I'm reading it and it's so good. Like, so you're really just telling us what we need to
yeah.
read next.
There we go.
Yeah.
I'll send you a list.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. So KJ Sutton, she did the Fortuna Thorn series.
Okay.
I love that one. It's not very well known, and I don't know why, because it's unique, it's fantastic. It follows like a woman who is a nightmare. Like that's the type of creature she is, and she can like make people see their worst fears. And she gets wrapped into the world of the Seelie and the Unseelie fairy courts. So that one's fantastic. I think it's like a 5 or 6 book series. I haven't finished it yet, but I really do love that one as well.
Adding that because that's
I was
not
gonna
your
say,
typical magic system or beings. So following us, I guess, on that, and I think we know one of your characters. Who are your top 3 male main characters?
Yeah, so Slade's definitely up there. Um,
as he should be.
yes,
He's so
absolutely.
top tier, and I will never get sick of talking about him. Like,
Hmm.
he's amazing.
Yeah. And I really love the progression that she did with like him being the villain to how she turned him into the love interest. And how I don't want to spoil it for anyone who hasn't read it, but
Mhm.
how she made the villain come out because it was
Mhm.
very traumatic in a way that we can all kind of relate to.
Mhm.
So I really enjoyed that. My basic bitch answer is gonna be Resand.
We get it.
Um Yeah, you have to. Even
Mhm.
when reading the first one, that was the book that I first did with my sister for book club. I made her read
Okay.
ACOTAR, and even throughout the entire thing, I was like, "Fuck this Tamlin guy. I like Rhysand. He seems way more interesting." And she was like, "What are you talking about? He's the villain." And then we read the second one, and it was like, "Let's go."
You're like, told you.
Yeah. Number 3. That's a hard one. Um, it's really hard to top Astarion from Baldur's Gate, and I know that's not a book, but that's all I can think of right now.
the way that I haven't played Baldur's Gate in so long, but like I grew up playing it, so thank you for
Mhm.
speaking straight to my heart.
I'm
Like
like, we're just
2
gonna pivot just a little bit. Look, D&Ds have books. They actually just made an Astarion-based D&D campaign book that's coming out soon. So I'm gonna count that as my number 3. No.
Okay, so take those 3, fuck, marry, kill.
Oh, fuck me.
That's the point.
Shit.
Literally the hardest question you will be asked
That is no.
today.
Okay, pass. No, I'm just kidding. Let's play the game. Um. Okay, we probably would have to kill Astarion as much as that hurts my heart.
I get
Oh,
that.
now
I'm
you're
gonna.
up against a really tough one too.
It's so hard. It's so hard. I'm gonna marry Slade and kiss Rhysand.
Fair.
Yeah,
That's
Fair.
I think
like it.
that's what we're gonna do. Yeah, only because Astarion doesn't really fit in the category. Okay, it was by default.
Yeah. No hard feelings to him.
Yeah. Plus,
I
he's
feel like
kind of a
Twilight's
vampire, you
having-
know.
Yeah. I feel like Twilight's having a resurgence, and so I always ask, did you read them or watch them?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
I was one of the crazy Twilight people back in the day. I went to like Comic-Con to meet the actors. It was crazy. I was insane.
I just heard a story about like the first time that they did Comic-Con. It was Kristen
Mhm.
Stewart and Robert, I guess we're just friends now, impersonating him. And like they didn't
Yeah.
expect Twilight to be as big as it was. And then they showed up and it was insane. So
I was there. I was there. I was
Team
like,
Edward or Team Jacob?
I was at Team Edward. I think I still am. I rewatched the movies recently and I was like, Jacob's annoying, but I'm old, so
I have always found Jacob annoying.
yeah.
Have you read Crescent City?
No,
Okay.
I
I love
know.
that it's behind
Add it
you
to the
though.
list. I
Yeah.
have all of them.
There's a character on there that's really annoying, and I always say that Jacob walks so Ethan can run, and they're similar vibes. I
Yeah.
just find Jacob annoying. And I mean, he imprinted a baby. Like,
Yeah.
it's not
No,
okay.
I think that's where it really got me too. And I was like, I don't know about this.
So we're journalists, so we got another really hard-hitting question for you. Okay, are you
great.
ready?
Bring it. Let's go.
Do you think that dragons or mermaids were or are real?
Yes.
Yes. Our people.
That's
Cool.
an easy yes. Okay, I'm gonna sound like a crazy person right now.
Nope, you won't.
Welcome.
We know more about outer space than we do about our own ocean.
I say that too.
Okay, you can't tell me that there's not some humanoid. I don't think it's like Ariel type of mermaid. I think it's going to be more
Right.
like Shape of Water type of mermaid.
Mhm.
But you can't tell me that there's not some sort of humanoid creature living deep down in the water. I still think megalodons are down there too. I'm just saying.
Me too. Me too.
As far as dragons, what kind of gets me there is that one, we did have flying dinosaurs. It's not crazy to think about that. I don't know if they breathe fire. That's going to be a little harder to sell. But in almost every civilization, in like their drawn history, there's record of some sort of flying creature. So we'll just leave it
We
at
have
that.
the same arguments. I
Yep.
love
We
it.
have the same argument.
So not
it's
crazy
ru-
at all. You're just
Okay.
truthful.
Yeah.
Give me a good conspiracy. I'm gonna go with it.
Same.
We're having so much fun with conspiracies lately.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm glad
I
I
just
think we're all going through the same journey.
yes, millennials
Yeah.
are all going through the same journey for sure.
We're just trying to find some reason to escape reality in reality.
100%. Okay, so let's go back to Forbidden Love at your event.
Sure.
Do you have your ball outfit planned?
Oh no, not even. I kind of have an idea because I was just messing around with my husband and he was like, well, we should do Hades and Persephone. So he wants to dress up like Hades and then I would do a Persephone. So I've kind of looked at like inspiration, but nothing is set in stone.
I
Do
mean,
you guys
got
have your
some time.
outfits?
No.
No.
So we don't blame
No.
you for not knowing.
Yeah.
No.
I've got a lot of stuff going on right now, guys. Okay.
Yeah, I know I want to bring up something in a minute, but for
Yeah.
those attending the Forbidden Love event, what is your advice to them for getting the most out of it? Or tips, tricks?
Okay, so I would say look at the schedule ahead of time. We always post it ahead of time. It might not be, 3 months ahead of time, but it's definitely at least a couple. So yeah, check out the schedule, see if there's anything specific that you want to do or someone specific that you want to see. Also pre-ordering. We have a lot of pre-orders available on on our Beventi page. So if there's like special editions you want to get, that's the best way to secure that. Otherwise, you might show up and they're already sold out.
Will you have like a
And
booth map?
yeah, so we have programs and we have like a big like poster size one next to the registration desk. So um it'll be online as well. We put it everywhere. We put all over the place. Um just make sure that everybody, has access to it. My other advice would be actually talk to the indie authors. They're not always just trying to sell you their book. Like, obviously, that's part of it because they're there to make money. But even if you're not going to buy it right then and there, or if you want to get it on Kindle or audio or any other way, they're just fantastic people to know. They're just so sweet and so nice, and they could be your best friends in an instant. And you just have no idea because you're like, oh, they're selling me something, and you walk past.
That is great advice that we agree. So it's still early bird pricing. We have a couple more weeks, correct?
It is. Couple more weeks, yeah.
I'm going to put you on the spot so you can like think about it before you answer. Sell it to people. Why should they attend Enemies and Lovers? Or Forbidden Love, sorry.
Or
I just
Forbidden
looked
Love.
down. I looked
No,
down
you're
and I
totally
saw Enemies
fine.
and Love. I'm like, that's not it. That's not it.
You want a
You're
time
totally fine.
travel? Let me sell
Yeah.
it to you.
All right. Okay. So if the book community is important to you, you want to be in that community. You want to be upfront and personal with those authors and those people that are reading the same books as you and just feel that sense of acceptance and belonging. And that's really what kind of drives me when I'm planning is how can I make this more accepting and more community focused. Plus, who doesn't like to spend money on books? I mean, my first book event that I went to, it wasn't mine, it was a different one. I spent $2,000. I'm not gonna say that too loud. My husband's upstairs. No, I'm
Got
totally
that
kidding.
for you. We'll bleep it
Yeah.
out.
But I saved up for probably 8-9 months to go to my first event. And I'm fucking crazy. You don't have to be like me. But plan on spending money. That's the best way to support indie authors just in general is to buy their books. Or if you can't afford to buy it, at least share it. I saw at Enemies and Lovers people were doing like interviews with the indie authors and like posting them on Instagram or TikTok, and that helps immensely too because it broadens the author's reach. So if you really want to support indie authors specifically, there's that opportunity. You necessarily don't have to spend money, but it's fantastic if you do, because this is their dream and you're helping that. On top of that, it's just a really good time. I mean, we have really immersive events. The fair, I've got so much planned. I'm planning, we're doing like a carnival theme because we're calling it like the Forbidden Hearts Fair. So that's our Friday night evening event. Um, I have 10 different games that are new since Enemies and Lovers. So massive increase in activities at that event. And then the ball itself, I mean, at the Parthenon. Just look it up. It's the main ball part will be in the Athena room. So where that 50-foot statue of Athena is. So it's going to be absolutely gorgeous.
So
That's
you guys
so
need to go
cool.
get your tickets.
Before they go up, because tickets will increase. The prices will go up after Cyber Monday. I think it's December 3rd.
And we have
So
all
2
the
weeks.
information in our show notes for everyone to get to. Is that what you're about to say? Yes.
You beat me to it. Do you get to like actually participate during the day, or are you too busy like running around making sure that everything is going well?
Okay, so at Enemies and Lovers, I was definitely running around 98% of the time. I think the first time I finally sat down was at the ball. Um, so it definitely, I learned a lot after the first one, and I feel like I'll be more prepared for this one. I do plan on enjoying it a little bit more. Like, there were a lot of authors at Enemies and Lovers that I personally wanted to meet that I didn't get the chance. And I was like, I hired them. Like, um, but it's, I'm making plans to be a little more relaxed for the next one. Just kind of taking what I learned the first time.
Love that. So can you tell us, because you've teased a couple things in your stories, what's on the
Mhm.
horizon? You don't have to give specifics, of course, for Teas and Tropes.
Um, so I can give you specifics. I don't want to give any specific dates, because the contract is not officially signed, but I have been emailing today actually, to get that, in writing. We are doing another event in Arizona in 2026.
Woo!
It's going to be in December. Again, not going to give specific dates yet, but December 2026, we are doing Snowed In. That's our next one. Yeah.
I can drive over. I live in Southern California, so thinking in.
Amazing. So that's definitely where we're going next. What I've kind of planned for myself, just my own personal goals as far as the business is concerned, is to do a home show in Arizona each year and then do a traveling show every year. So we're not necessarily going to go back to Nashville next year, or in 2027, I mean. I am looking for themed venues, kind of like how we talked about earlier, that will match whatever trope I'm doing. So I mentioned a library. I want to do a forbidden library ball. And so
Fun.
that's kind of where we're going with that. But again, nothing is set in stone for 2027. But we are doing another show in Arizona in 2026.
Love that. Congratulations. That's so
Thank
exciting.
you. You guys are the kind of the first that have the official information here. So
We got the
I'm like so
scoop.
excited that I can drive to it.
I know. I just don't feel like there's a lot of West Coast events, so I'm excited. Like
Mhm.
big ones. So
I
that'll
keep
be
getting people who are like, oh, come to, Washington, come to, wherever. And are you up in
I'm in
PNW?
Washington.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in Washington. Yeah.
Amazing. I love Seattle. I absolutely adore Seattle. I go every year for Comic-Con.
Oh, Emerald City. Yeah, that was my first Comic
Yeah,
Con. I was like, I
absolutely.
do Emerald City. Mm-hmm.
That's a good one. It's a really good show, but yeah, some people are like, come to the Pacific Northwest, or come to Kansas, or come to. Yeah, I had a venue in Florida reach out to me. So it's, who knows where we're gonna go.
Hey, at
We
least
were
in
just,
Washington, now you have a contact. Like
Mhm.
yeah,
Blakely will know a little more places. So
There you go.
we were just at the Literary Arts Fest in Portland, and we saw Rebecca Yarros. And I will say there were so many of us, because it is more like lit fic, that specific festival, that like afterwards we're like, I
Uh-huh.
wish there was something else. So there's definitely the people here that want an
Yeah.
event. So just pitching Washington, just pitching it.
Uh-huh. Look, I love Seattle. It's not a no.
you are so fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
stop it. No.
Tell me
Thank
more.
you so much. I know.
Like I feel like this is just a
Don't
hangout.
stop. No. No, we can absolutely hang out. You said you're from Southern California. I'm gonna be there for Romanticy in February in
Oh, you're
LA.
going. Okay. Nice.
I am. I go to as many other book events as I can, just to, be involved in the community and just continue to support people. Plus, since I didn't get to buy books at my own event, I go buy them at other people's events.
There you go.
But yeah, so I'm actually from West Hills though.
Oh,
Yeah. But
I'm from Seattle, so I'm not even from here.
yeah, there you go. You're a transplant. No.
I
I was
am.
just say
Most
you're
of
a
us are down
transplant.
here.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. I was gonna move to Seattle, and then I met my husband, so that didn't happen.
They ruin everything, don't they?
I know.
Husbands always
Stupid
they get in the
husband. No, I'm
way.
But yeah, my whole family's here, so I think it's for the best after all. Whatever. No.
Another thing that gets in the way, family.
I know. Stupid.
It's been so fun chatting with you, and everyone needs to make sure that they get their tickets because this is going to be a fun event, and then obviously listen for future.
Thank you so much. This is a fantastic time. You guys are so fun.
Thank you so much for
Thank-
joining us and taking time to hang out with us. It has been so fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime. We'll do this on a weekly basis. Yeah, it's good.
Sounds good.